Hey guys. Hey now. Welcome to Black Spin. So we in this thing. So I want to come on here and talk about how long wasn't it supposed to let me like name it? But whatever. So I want to come on here and I want to talk about Kevin Samuels. And the reason why I want to do such a thing is because Kevin Kevin like Medea used to say, Kevin. Well, the girl on Medea anyway. Whatever. So first, I want to give you guys my personal opinion on Mr. Samuels, and my personal opinion is he is not an accredit to the race. Number one, his whole high value thing is ridiculous. He tells high value women that they can't get a high value man and that they're gonna die alone, which is an actual contradiction. And then he goes on and he says that then he goes on and he says that, oh yeah, um you could get a high value man, but not you. A high value woman can't get a high value man, excuse me, in his eyes. Or he'll proceed to tell you, you can't get a high value man, you're going to die alone. But, register me for consultation. Well, bitch, if it's a dead end and it's not going to happen for me, why would I um, pay you consulting fees? You know what I mean? Like, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? I think he's just basically gaslighting women, making them feel like they're delusional when they're not. So if we're not familiar with the term gaslighting, let me go ahead and show you the definition of what gaslighting is. Okay? Gaslighting. This is the type of psychological abuse that leaves survivors questioning every memory they have. An effective way of abuse is to attempt to gain power and control of a relationship. Is that not what he does when he's speaking to these women? He doesn't allow them to convey a point. He doesn't allow them to. He doesn't allow them to convey a point. He doesn't allow them to just do that. He doesn't allow them to convey a point. He doesn't allow them to adequately speak for himself for himself. He um he doesn't allow them to get a word in edgewise, especially if they seem as if they can how can I put it? Especially if it seems as though they can rival with him. He'll overtalk them, cut them off, and things like that, which I think is weird. You know, and he sputes out all these random uh percentages and ratios and what's the proper term I'm looking for? Um, what's the proper term for for that? Let's see. Make sure you can see me. Okay, I just making sure. Okay, statistics. Yes, he spews up all these random statistics and things like that. And things like that. And I don't understand why, I think that it's really, really weird for you to tell me something and then when I try to rebut you, you cut me off. Or you say that you paint me like this angry black woman, this rude black woman, when like the one young lady, he was saying that he called her a young lady, she called him a young man. She was being very flippant or sarcastic, but he was doing her the same way. It doesn't matter about the tone of voice that you use. If you're being flippant, if you're being a condescending asshole, and someone is returning that energy to you, then you try to paint it as if she did something wrong. Then he bases a lot of value on finance and money. And I think it's really weird to do that because for me, a high value man, it's of course it's his ability to provide, but it's also how does he treat women? What is his outlook on women? Like, and for me, he is not a high value man. You know what I mean? So how can a man who is not high value talk to you about a high value man or how to get a high value man. Well, he himself is not a high value man. If he was a high value man, he wouldn't be divorced, more than one time. You know what I mean? So maybe he's condescending. Maybe he's hard to get along with and things of that nature. And I think it's really weird that we don't call that type of stuff out, because I would definitely call it out if that were me, But that's just my opinion. And when the women attempt to call this out, the first thing he says is, "You're not gonna talk over me. I'm gonna click you off, etc., etc." And I'm like, why would you click someone off who's trying to effectively rebut you? And if you don't think that you are rebuttable, or if you think that it's disrespectful for somebody to rebut you, then you need to think about the way in which you phrase the flow of conversation. You know what I mean? Because you ask these questions, and then when you get rebutted, you cut them off. I think a lot of his tactics are based on um, how can I put it, brutality as opposed to honesty. And I feel like are accepting this. You know what I mean? We're accepting this. And I think that a lot of black men co-sign with him because of the fact that a lot of black men are broke. And if black women, and I'm only saying black because when I say indigenous, you guys see that Tonto style Indian as opposed to what indigenous copper colored indigenous people to Turtle Island really look like. So, but of course, that's a different video. There's plenty of them below. Click, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But anyway, since you are low on the total pole as far as demographics uh, go or statistics go, then and we're the highest grossing people and the highest educated people, then you say things like you can't get a high value man, but that most black men are not high value black men. And then you say something about getting six figures. A lot of black women I know make six figures overnight through residual income. For example, the young lady who has that weight gain regimen where she's in less than 2-3 weeks, she's giving the very petite woman a ample shape. You know what I mean? And she's only 18 and she opened up her first warehouse. And she's a millionaire. She's bought herself all kinds of cars, her mother a house, and things of that nature. So because she is a thick woman, or because she may not have the physical attributes that are in line with his preference, because that's not everyone's preference, not every black man's preference, but they're on the line with his preference, then she is low value. That's crazy, you know? And I want to draw you guys' attention to some things too, because he talks to black women any kind of way, but he doesn't give that same energy or reciprocate that same energy to white women. I'm sorry, to white women or white men. So we're going to give you an example. This is him supposedly on vacation.
Just take a look there. Yeah. It's very.
Now he allowed these women to put on his glasses. I think that was very unsanitary. Black women wouldn't do that. They wouldn't dare walk up on a man and try on his glasses. Like, look at this. He's telling how pretty they are.
It's just a guy. Impossible. Really alive.
What is it again with the ad? Hold on, guys. Let me get the appropriate timestamp here. So he's talking. He's running up on these Caucasian women, being very pleasant, very approachable. You know what I mean? So she approaches him. They're talking. Very polite. There they are, wearing his glasses.
They're gonna say you.
His supposedly prescribed glasses.
You want to try them on?
You know what I mean? That's low value to me.
Oh, she's stuffing.
That's low value to me. He even offered the next lady, "Do you want to try them on?" That's very low value. Like, that's been on your face, and then you're gonna put it on their face. These strangers. You know what I mean? Are you serious? But they can't be low value women to him because he's allowing this to occur. He's letting them put on his stuff. You know what I mean? This woman isn't petite. You can see it, the top part of her fupa in her outfit, but he's treating her as if they're high value women. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of black women, we are the reason why they feel like they can do this. We are catapulting him to his instant 3 to 5 minutes of fame by giving him all of this attention. And maybe as a whole, black women have low self-esteem, but our desirability has been decreased in the public eye by our own counterpart, our black men. You know what I mean? Such as someone that degrades women on a public platform like him. Granted, these women are calling in asking for his professional advice, but they're not getting professional advice. Again, they're confusing or mistaking brutality for honesty, or vice versa. You know what I mean? I think that is totally absurd. Now, he doesn't keep this same energy when he is talking to a white man. So let's go back here. No. Let's see here. How do you get there? Here it is. Posing with him, being cool with him, asking him if they went to the club that he's going to, stuff like that. Library. Okay, so let's go here. No, that's not the one I want to view. 1 second. Because I found it quite odd how he was able to speak to Vlad and he was trying to give an example of high value to him, and Vlad basically shitted on him. So let's go to, do you go to history? Because I had them all lined up, so I kind of want to go there. Oh, library. Yeah, that's it. And then let's go to, I'm just going to pull it up. Okay, Umar Johnson. I didn't know it was 17 parts of that video. So where's the one that I was looking at? See all. Okay, give me one moment, guys, because this is gonna be really interesting, and you'll see. Uh, no videos listed. Hold on. I'm gonna put it in my recent watched here, and that's gonna be another one of mine. This white Zaddy. Hold on. Let me go on here. Okay, it's the 5 minute and 27 second one. So let's go back here. Enter. 5 minute 27 seconds. 5 minute 27 seconds. Full interview. Don't want to see that. 5 minute 11 seconds. Hold on, guys. What's the name of it? Let me see. That might even do us. Then looking for a time. Telling only fan girls. Is that what it was? Okay, hold on. People customize and save with Liberty Mutual. 12 weeks of powerful flea and tick protection. Oh, excuse me. I apologize. Okay, here we go. Clip, you said, "We built the goddamn world you live in. The platform you're on is built by men. Nobody made this about men or women." Mm-hmm. So we're gonna stop you here on my phone, and you can see me good and everything, guys. Let me know if you can't. Okay, so we're gonna unmute him.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Listen.
Well, I want to say this. I mean, when you look at, for example, construction workers, yeah, 90% of them are probably men. That's just an area that men historically have, moved into. Not to say that women can't do pretty much the same job these days with machinery and whatever else, but you're right. Men are mostly construction workers. When I look at society as a whole, like for example, when I look at my business, the only executive in my company is a woman, a black woman at that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Women have been extremely key into the building of Vlad TV over the years. When I worked in software companies, there were women executives. There were female, software engineers and so forth.
My mother's a computer scientist.
Even though women may not be as hands-on in business as, it's not 50-50 necessarily, but I feel that women are extremely key to the building of society.
Listen to
and
him.
in fact,
He's
even the motivation for men to do what they do is usually for women. You take women out of the equation and men will not be as motivated.
Pause. And that brings me to another point, because what he just said, if you take women out the equation, and and we're gonna not speak so generally, when you take black women out of black men's equation, they're less motivated. I'm going to give you an example. A lot of black men want to get with this INDEPE, this independent woman, and they want this independent woman so that they don't have to be independent. They don't have to be providers and things of that nature. I know a lot of single mothers whose children's father, when they need something, they drag their feet or fail to come through because they know that is a strong black woman and she's going to get it done anyway, without his help or anything. So I never fell into that independent woman role, that strong black woman role. I am not a strong black woman, honey. Like I said, I am a damsel in distress, honey. Point blank, period. I just feel as though a lot of men seek those type of high value women so they could be less value men. Let's talk about it, because a lot of it's like they want to switch places